everyone, nice to meet you again with the Disney 3D Art channel. In today's video it will be the character Nibbles Maplestick from the movie Zootopia 2. Nibbles Maplestick is a major character in Disney's 2025 animated feature film Zootopia 2. She is a southern-accented beaver podcaster and conspiracy theorist who is enlisted by Judy Hopps and Nick Wilde to aid in a case involving reptiles. Nibbles Maplestick proves to be quite friendly and helpful around Nick and Judy, helping them navigate around Marsh Market without disturbing or aggravating the locals. Classifying them as standoffish around landies that they need to treat the locals with respect. She even seems to be quick to correct another's misjudgment, such as when Nick accidentally called a juggling sea lion a seal, and gave him a coin instead of fish, the proper payment in Marsh Market. Having grown up around reptiles, she never exhibits the same prejudices towards them that others do. She also has a bit of an unhinged, crazy, and eccentric side to her. As Nibbles is also a conspiracy theorist who tackles racy topics in Zootopia, such as reptiles. At the start of the film, Judy Hopps is watching a podcast featuring Nibbles Maplestick talking about Zootopia having a secret, yet small, reptile population. While most live abroad, Zootopia doesn't allow snakes for a century. Judy later watches another podcast, as Nibbles talks about the city's only snake attack that supposedly killed a tortoise, who was in fact a maid for the Linksley family and was supposedly trying to thwart the theft of the Climate Wall journal. Nibbles speculated that a snake will return to Zootopia, and wondered if he was going to be wearing half a pants or one long sock. Frou Frou referred Nick and Judy to Nibbles after they were framed by the Linksleys. Nibbles took the fugitive duo to Marsh Market where a secret reptile community was being held. After correcting Nick's misjudgments with a juggling sea lion, she spoke with Russ to take them to the reptile hangout. They spoke with Jesus and he tells them how reptiles have been treated throughout the years and need Judy and Nick's help to set things right. Suddenly, the Zootopia police officers led by Captain Hogbottom appear to arrest Nick and Judy. Nibbles followed his friends as Jesus gave them a boat to escape, only for Gary the Snake to suddenly snatch the journal back from them. As Judy and Nick give chase, Nibbles helped Nick by flipping him out of the water before officers Higgins and Bloats could catch him. As her friend continued to give chase to the tube station, Nibbles called out a warning not to follow through the red line as they would out of air in the water tube meant. She then wished them luck, expressing her love for them. Nibbles is subsequently arrested and later locked up for aiding and abetting. When Nick was arrested and locked up in the cell opposite to her, Nibbles observed that Judy was absent, indicating she managed to get away, prompting to ask if the decision was mutual. However, Nick declined to talk about him, more concerned with escaping. Nibbles recalled his plan was to lay low on Outback Island, sipping piña koalas, before rambling on about her podcast on koalas called, They Got Four Thumbs. Nick cut her off, insisting she let him concentrate as he tried to pick the lock on his cell. She seemingly obeyed, only to loudly chew the wooden handle of a mop that was sitting outside her cell, which Nick broke his claw. As Nick gave up, Nibbles asked him to open up, and learned about the partners' argument over the case, admitting his efforts to dissuade Judy were out of fear of losing her. Suddenly, Nibbles showed up in his cell and gave a supportive hug. Nick asked how she got in to begin with. Initially, she misunderstood the question, before explained that she chewed up a key to unlock the doors. Suddenly, they hear Hogbottom announce to her squad that Judy was located in Desert Dunes. Realizing that Judy needed help, Nibbles vowed to help Nick save her. But as soon as they stepped out of the cell, they were spotted by Anthony Snootley, alerting the guards. Nibbles took offense at being called a woodchuck. Unfortunately, in the process of their escape, Nick accidentally released the other prisoners, including Don Bellwether, who pile on them, inadvertently breaking open the door to the outside. As the prisoners quickly commandeer all nearby vehicles, Nibbles lamented that they won't get to Judy in time to help, unless Nick knew the fastest driver in Zootopia. Fortuitously, Nick called in his friend Flash, who agreed to drive them and ignore the laws. As they climbed into the backseat, Nibbles expressed skepticism that a sloth could be a fast driver, only for Flash to suddenly accelerate, causing the pair to scream. With information provided by Clawhauser, The trio managed to save Judy from being hit by a poison dart accidentally fired by Hogbottom. Nibbles then followed Judy, Pobbert Linksley, and Gary inside the desert tundra town weather wall, only to notice that the door slammed shut behind her before Nick could follow. Nibbles narrowly managed to force the door open before the weather wall could engage and incinerate him. Afterwards, they split up to search for Judy. Nibbles soon encountered Pobbert, who injected her with a lethal dose of snake venom. Nibbles remarked that she should have seen his sneak attack coming before collapsing. Fortunately, in his struggle with Pobbert, Nick managed to pass the anti-venom pen to Gary, who immediately used it to save Judy and then Nibbles. Nibbles and Gary then witnessed atop the weather wall Judy and Nick reconciling their differences, making their presence known afterwards. Nibbles boasted that she was alive before pointing out that Pobbert had survived the fall and was racing toward Reptile Ravine. The four give pursuit towards Lixley Manor. Nibbles made their presence known by chewing through the keyhole and unlocking the door before the party burst through the door. As Judy and Nick pursued Pobbert, Nibbles and Gary stayed behind to hold off Milton, Kitty and Catrick Linksley. Initially, Nibbles proclaimed that the Linksleys were done hurting her city, but quickly lost her courage in the face of their more menacing and imposing foes. As they fought, Nibbles called out to Mayor Winddancer cowering in the corner, asking if he wanted to be a real hero or continue to play one on TV. Her words inspired Winddancer to stand up for himself and single-handedly defeated the Lynxes, allowing Nibbles and Gary to rejoin their friends, who were being pinned down by Pobbert. Once Gary coiled himself around Pobbert, Nick tossed Nibbles a log, which she quickly shaped into a bat for Gary to bonk Pobbert on the head. Judy then proclaimed Pobbert under arrest before Gary slammed him into the snow. As they bound Pobbert's paws, he stubbornly insists that no one would believe any of them over the Linksleys and that nothing they do matters. Unfazed by his remarks, Judy refutes that it matters to Gary. The four then descend into Reptile Ravine. As they explored, Nibbles noticed an overhead clothesline hanging one long sock, and expressed her awe that her curiosity of what snakes wear has been confirmed. They then find the DeSnake residence and locate Agnes' original patent. Suddenly, Pobbert reappeared and tossed a lantern in an attempt to burn down the town, causing everyone to stare at his manic behavior, before a repentant Hogbottom appears and knocks him out. Nibbles and her friends then emerge to meet the press as they are all credited for exposing the Linksleys' conspiracy. Nibbles took out her selfie stick to photograph herself. Later, when Gary performed the ribbon-cutting ceremony for the defrosted Reptile Ravine, Nibbles proceeded to hug him. At the end of the film, Nibbles attends Gazelle's Burning Mammal concert as she sang Zoo and danced with Gary. First is to draw the body of Beaver, then wear an outfit for Nibbles' Maplestick. Next is to draw 2 legs, then draw 2 arms and draw the tail of the beaver for Nibbles' Maplestick. Next is to draw the eyes, then draw the mouth and make the face for Nibbles' Maplestick. Don't forget to draw the head. Finally is to draw the teeth, then attach 2 ears and draw the string hair for Nibbles. So the character Nibbles' Maplestick from the movie Zootopia 2 has been completed. Now, if you find it interesting with tutorial, please remember hit the like and subscribe button to receive the new notify. At the same time, download the app and go to the website DisneyStore to shopping online, as well as Disney Plus to watch some movies and TV shows for free, used by many peoples of the world. Thank you everyone and see you soon.